As night falls in Singapore, the track starts to warm up, and it'll be red hot by the time we find out who's on pole for tomorrow's race. Time to set the grid then. Welcome along to qualifying here in Singapore. Marina Bay hosted a Grand Prix that briefly ran in the 60s and 70s, but the Garden City re-entered the calendar for good in 2008. We missed it for a couple of years, but it was great to come back to the Singapore Grand Prix. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Piastri, George Russell and Hamilton, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Albon and Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Tsunoda, Gasly, Isaac Hadjar and Stroll, Colapinto, Ocon, Ollie Behrman and Liam Lawson, Bortoletto and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me, bringing glamour and expertise to our commentary today, Naomi Schiff. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
It is certainly an interesting time in this set of regulations because, as you know, when a new set of regulations come out, everything changes and you always wonder who's got it right. Well, we know that Red Bull are the ones who really got it right the last couple of years. But now you can see the rest of the grid slowly start to catch up, and there's really only so much left for Red Bull to get out of these regulations. So it is interesting, and the pack are catching up.
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
bodywork's taken a few scrapes. Try not to make it any worse, please. Okay, we've been given a 3-second time penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. DRS now enables. DRS enables. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. The side pods have taken damage. You might start to pick up a little bit extra drag. Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. Okay, be very careful. The floor's incurred massive damage. the floor is now critically damaged. Final lap, push, push. You've lost some time to the car behind.
Very tricky afternoon in the office, but it's part two for me what we need to work on. We'll talk about it in the debrief.
And Leclerc to the line, to the checkered flag. It's King Charles today. He wins.
And let's not underestimate how hard it is for these drivers to know exactly what's happening with the conditions. When you're in the car, you have drops falling onto your visor. It's hard to know whether those drops are actually sticking to the track, if water's building up, or if it's still dry. So it's a tough call to make, and it is really a question of risk versus reward. So great decisions made by this driver today.